Sai mere changa kita nahi ta hum bhi dacha aahe, hum bhi dacha aahe, nahi ta hum bhi dacha aahe, hum bhi dacha aahe. Everybody say Sai mere Changa Kita. Ravina Kaurchi, would you like to read the English again for the new Sangat who has just joined us?
Sure. My Waheguru Ji did well to warn me about it. Otherwise, I would have been burnt as well.
Wow. So how many things in our life that we usually complain about, but then when we look back and then we also have to say, Sai Mere, everybody. Changa Kita. Luckily you did it that way for me because I thought, oh my God, I thought I wanted life to be this way. But we keep complaining about it. But oh my God, when we actually look back at life, we realize Sai Mere Changa
Changa.
Kita. Wow. So I know this is not the topic, but because it's gonna be 7:30 soon.
But I know, I mean, it's not a topic, but honestly, this line, right, actually has, while I'm actually, processing it, it has made me realize of just in a quick second a lot of things that
Yes.
like a total flashback kind of thing, like an
Yes.
instant flashback.
I like your word flashback.
It was no, it was really an instant run through.
Of course, like I
It was
said, we
an
just did the
instant
4
run
to
through.
yes, the 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. session that I just finished was exactly on that. That's why this was
Okay.
on screen, and Sach Amrit Kaur Yogini ji was there with us, and why not? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So maybe one day when we do have an opportunity, we will understand this further. But Sai Mere, what a beautiful Shabad! It's a long Shabad, but one line itself, I think, can change anybody's life. Am I right?
True. I
So
think
come
the
along.
first line itself.
Yes. So come. We are just 1 minute away, and once Rajveerji is here, of course, he can start. But for those of you who are here early, would you like to sing with me? Because I'm not sure what has happened in your life before, that when you look back, you actually will also say, Waheguru, Waheguru. Everybody, Waheguru. Unmute. Waheguru, Sai Mere. Changa Kita. Everybody Sai Changa Kita. Nahi ta hum bhi dacha aahe, hum bhi dacha aahe. Nahi ta hum bhi dacha aahe, hum bhi dacha aahe. Everybody Sai Mere Changa Kita. Sai Mere Changa Kita. Everybody Waheguru sing Waheguru, Waheguru Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Waheguru, 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 Tan Waheguru, 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 Tan Waheguru, Waheguru, Japo Waheguru. Everybody sing along. Waheguru. Let's unmute because can I just say something while we wait for Raju Ji and everybody else to join us? Let's all unmute and just sing this beautiful Shabad that you see on screen because we just finished a 3-hour session and it was all about realizing when we look back at life like Ravina Ji just shared, it was like a flashback. Suddenly I realized, yeah, there are so many things we got to be thankful for. And as we end this 2024, maybe there can't be a better Shabad than to say, Sai Mere Changa Kita. Whatever you did in my life this year in 2024, I want to say thank you. Can we all say thank you, everybody? Yes, so if anyone wants to share, please unmute while we wait for Rajveerji and everybody else to join. Because I think Sai Mere Changa Kita is the best way we can end off towards this last few days of this year. Sai Mere Changa Kita, everybody sing Sai Mere Changa Kita. नहीं था हम भी दज्जा आहे, नहीं था हम भी दज्जा आहे, नहीं था हम भी दज्जा आहे, नहीं था हम भी दज्जा आहे. साई मेरे चंगा kita, Sai mere changa kita, Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Everybody unmute and Waheguru. Waheguru, Tan Waheguru, Waheguru, Tan Waheguru, Waheguru, Tan Waheguru, Waheguru, Tan Waheguru. Sai mere changa kita, Sai mere Vahva changa kita. Thank you, Ji Vikram Singh Ji. Would you like to tell us something that may have happened in 2024 that you are very thankful for? Sai mere changa kita. Anything, sir?
I mean, many good things. One is I finished my degree and then I got a job, so that's something new. And yeah, I mean, even the transition from one place to another job went smooth. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, just generally this year had its ups and downs, but I believe whatever Guru Maharaj has done or given me, it definitely, he knows better lah. So yeah.
Wow, I think the last few words you just said, everybody, if you want to unmute, repeat those words that Vikram Ji just told us. He knows better. Would you all agree? He knows better.
Anji.
Yes.
Let's just say Waheguru Ji knows better, because I just came from another session and the ladies were saying, why do you keep saying Deepal Ji? Waheguru Ji, why do we always refer to him as he? That's a different topic. But shall we try and say Waheguru Ji? He knows better. Am I right, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, so thank you, Vikram Ji, for sharing. What a beautiful sharing. Waheguru Ji knows better. And if you look at the screen, it is exactly what he's saying. So everybody, Veeraji, you also have unmuted. Would you like to read the meanings for us? And then maybe you want to share one good thing or maybe a few good things that happened this year you're so thankful for. Anything, Ji? Hi, Ji, Veeraji.
I'm having a sore throat, that's why.
Okay, Ji, no problems, Ji. Thank you at least for unmuting and singing along with us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Really, I can't see the I can't see the screen that you're sharing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Gurdwara Sahib online, Ji, would you please like to share again for everybody? I'm so sorry. Yes, everybody, if you can't see the screen at any point, just let us know, because I think he's having some technical issues. But no worries. Let's all do Simran for that few minutes while the share screen comes on again. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. It's back on my screen on my phone. Is it also on yours?
Yep, now it's back.
Perfect. Would you like to read, Paisabji, the English meanings for the benefit of the Sangat that just joined us a little later?
My Waheguru Ji did well to warn me about it. Otherwise, I would have been burnt as well.
Yes, because I think, like you said, you had a transition from being a student and you graduated. Congratulations to you for that.
Thank you,
And
Ji.
then you found a job, Hanji. You're welcome, sir. And you found a job. And maybe while doing that job search, because every week I get so many people complaining. I'm not sure which country you're dialing in from, but
Yeah.
in Singapore, a lot of young people are saying, because I did not take up Mandarin in my younger days, now when I go for job applications, they're always asking me, are you able to speak in Mandarin? And I can't take up many jobs because of my inability to speak that language. Now, you may know somebody who has faced such problems, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I tell you something, at the end of it, I know that is a big constraint for us. Hopefully we can all start a Mandarin class and learn together. But look back again, because one of those participants much, you can say many days later actually told me himself that the job that finally he got was much better than the one he would have got previously had he been able to speak Mandarin. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a problem that he faces, or he faced initially by not knowing that language, suddenly became a hidden, what do you call that? Blessing for him, if I'm saying the right thing. Am I right?
Anji.
Anji, so Sai mere changa kita. It was a hidden blessing because maybe the lack of language abilities in Mandarin, although he was feeling very sad about it, but at the end of the day, it gave him better opportunities that now he's not only earning more, but he's much more happier in the new job that he got. So maybe there are a lot of other things that the rest of you are listening in today. Or Paisabji, maybe since you're unmuted, you also want to share that may have happened in your life that you're feeling like, at that point, I was so disappointed. At that point, I was feeling like, why is life so unfair to me? Don't we feel that once in a while, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah, but when we look back, look at the words on the screen, and if they do disappear for anyone, please do let me know again. But the word Sai Mera Changa Kita, whatever you do in my life, Tera Kiya Mitha Lage. I'm sure we've heard of that Shabad, everybody, right?
Thank you.
Sitting on that hot plate, Tantan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji did not say, may the fire cool down, but he just says, thy will is ever sweet to me. Whatever you do to me, O Lord God, Waheguru Sai Mere Changa Kita. Say wow.
Wow.
Wow. So anyone else wants to share anything? Or Paisabji, would you like to share more?
I don't think I have any more to share, Virji.
Yes, but feel free at any time if you want to. Please do share again and sing along, unmute, because while we're waiting for Rajveerji and everyone else, anyone else wants to share any beautiful things as we're coming towards the end of 2024, right? Or maybe your goals and aspirations for 2025, because I think that will be a great prayer we can do together. Anybody? Hanchi, Yogi, Joyful Certified Laughter Yoga Teacher Rajveen Kaurji, you were unmuted, but now you're muted again. Would you like to share? Unmute again, please. You're muted again now.
So I wanted to say that as I did in 2024, I'm leaving everything to Waheguru Ji with the help of with the guidance of Waheguru Ji, Shift Mercies and Laughter Yoga. It's helping me so much, and I'm improving slowly but surely, and mental health is I'm wanting to help people more depressed than me.
Wow. I think that can be summarized in one word that is called the true definition of SEWA. To help people who are in a worse off condition than us. Am I right, everyone?
Yep.
That is seva. Seva is not just what we do in the Gurdwara Sahibs or the four, walls of a Gurdwara Sahib, but seva
No.
is actually going out there.
And right now, as today I was so anxious, like how would I do my slides for Thursday, because I was preparing and I surrendered everything to Waheguru Ji, and Waheguru Ji gave me the answer.
Wow. What was the answer you got from Waheguru Ji?
So the answer that I got from Waheguru Ji and the doctors and hypnotherapists is that keep calm and focus and laugh, and everything will be fine.
Wow. Wow. What a beautiful message. Everything will be all right if we surrender to Waheguru Ji. Did I hear that word, surrender?
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because I don't know about the rest of you, but I think I'm learning so much more from the sharings that everybody is doing. I just learned from Rajwin Ji the idea of surrender, the idea of helping people who are in a worse off condition than all of us. Am I right? Yes?
Yep.
Are those two beautiful lessons, everyone?
Yes.
So earlier from Paisabji, we learned something so important, and now from Rajwinji. And if you look at the screen again, Gurdwara Sahib, you can find the Shabad that says Satguru ki seva gakhadi. Because Rajwinji just spoke about the power of doing seva. But that seva is for people who are in a worse of condition than maybe we are. So I know that once in a while we all feel like a victim. Life has very strange ways of doing things to us. Things happen to us and we think, why is it happening to me? Why are they bullying me? Why is the entire world against me? Why this, why that? Am I right?
Yep.
Yes, but if we pause for a moment and we then say, oh my God, Sai Meher Changa Kripa, oh Lord, whatever is happening is for the betterment. I can hear some beautiful music coming from somebody's phone. I think it's ringing. But thank you for that, for muting if you do have background sounds. But now if you can look at the screen, it says Satguru ki seva gakhadi. I'm not sure if it's still not appearing on your screens too, because it's going round and round. Is it appearing on your screens, everyone?
No.
No.
It's not.
Not yet? Okay. I don't know why he's having so much of technical issues. No worries. Gurdwara Sahib Online, please continue trying. But the Shabad I'm sharing with you is beautiful Shabad. Some of you must have heard of this word. It says Satguru ki seva. Now I know many of us from Smelan days, we remember that Shabad Satguru ki seva sapal hai jeko kare chitalai. Am I right? If you have time, we'll sing that in 30 seconds. But that same three words have another Shabad that says Satguru ki seva gakhadi. Gakhadi means it's difficult to serve others, especially when Rajwinji said, I would love to help people who are in a worse of situation than me. And she mentioned about this depression. She mentioned something about anxieties and other things. So maybe the homework we want to take away after today's session is, do I know anyone around in my life who is in a worse of condition than I am? I know I have problems in my life. I know there are difficulties in my life, and there will always be difficulties, but I realized today that the community we started this, by the way, about 19-20 months ago, the week after Khalsa Week in Singapore. You know what I'm saying? So it's been literally 19 months, you can say, we are doing this program online every Monday. Now, if you have benefited from it, that's another thing. You can unmute and share and tell us how you have benefited. But more importantly, I think what is very important is to make a list, try and see who else can I help in my life or around my circle, or who else do I know who needs more help than even me. Say wow. And it could be in any aspect of...
Wow, yeah.
Yes, it could be in any aspect of their life. One way is, of course, you can bring them here every week and say, listen, we have weekly sessions. Do join us. And you never know when, who will come, who has some issues. And suddenly they will go off feeling much more lighter, because depression, the pain, the sorrows, the anxieties, the sufferings that it is all because of lack of Naam. Everyone say, it is the lack of Naam in our life. Are you with me there?
Yes.
Lack of Naam in our life.
In our lives, when we do not have enough of Naam in our life, it's a big topic by itself, we'll talk about it. But Sarab Rog Ka Aukhad Naam. I know the screen is still not coming. I can see Gurdwara Sahib is sharing, but it's going round and round. But no worries, listen to some of these Shabads. I'm sure you have heard the Kirtan. I'm sure if you don't know the Shabads, just WhatsApp me and I'll send you the Gurbani version with the English meanings and even the Punjabi meanings to your WhatsApp later. But the Shabad that said Sarab Rog Ka Aukhad Naam. Everybody say, repeat if you can, please unmute. Say Sarab Rog Ka Aukhad Naam.
Sarab Rog Ka Aukhad Naam.
Yes, thank you, Rajveenji. Anyone else also wants to unmute? Please feel free to unmute. Sarab Rog Ka Aukhad Naam. And Veeraji, I know you said you're having a sore throat. It's okay. Let's try saying it together, even with a sore throat, everyone. Say Sarab Rog Ka Aukhad Naam. Yes, it's okay. The words simply means even that sore throat that I'm having today. It's a rogue, isn't it? I mean, I'm talking about a sore throat, but people may be suffering from even worse of physical conditions. So whether it's physical, mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual, financial, sexual, or any other area of your life, there is for a complete human being. And Guruji says Sarab. Sarab means all. Rog means problems, illnesses, or whatever sickness we have, whether in physical body or mental anxieties or any other emotional issues or psychological problems, etc. They are all erased by the Aukhad Naam. Naam is the remedy. So for 30 seconds, if you can, everybody, let's unmute. Waheguru, 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 Japo Waheguru. Everybody, Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Thank you, Ji. I like that style. Saas Garas Tya Mera Har Har. If you remember, while we are still waiting for Rajveer Ji, he was mentioning in the last few lessons, let's talk about that Shabad. Guru Satgur Ka Jo Sikh Khai So Palke Uthar Naam Te Ave. Remember that Shabad, everyone? Yeah. And in the Sangat, I just heard Paisab Ji doing what's called Saas Garas Simran. That when he's doing that Simran, Wah Guru, Wah Guru. I remember I was a little boy when I used to go to Smilans. Khalsa Ji also used to teach us very simply that when you do Simran, the Wahe is when you take your breath in and Guru is when you release the breath out. So a lot of AKJ friends of ours, if you go for their smargams too, I'm very sure many of you have heard them doing that Saas Gira Simran, which means with every breath as they breathe in and breathe out, you can hear the Wah, Guru, Guru, Guru. Sometimes you can't hear the Wahe completely because it's Guru, 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 Guru. But that's Saas Gras that I don't even want to waste any breath of my life, because in that Shabad Jo Saas Gras Tyaye Mera Har Har. For those of you who can see the screen, and those of you who can't see the screen, Gurdwara Sahib Ji, please try and share again. But Jo Saas Giras Tyaye Mera Har Har. Guruji says those people who are so blessed, what do? They meditate on the name of the Lord God Waheguru Ji with each and every breath. Saas Giras. Because we never know when will that last breath of our life come. We are, after all, a human being with only one breath. Everyone say, one breath, What do you mean, Palji, by one breath? And it's not me who's saying it, but it's Ham Adami, Ha Ikdami. This is a Gurbani Shabad, that we are separated from life and death by just one breath. Everyone say Waheguru. So if this was my last breath, and if you know that Shabad that says Ari Bai Gobind Naam Mat Bisare, don't forget the name of Lord God. Why? Because in the last breath, that's another good long Shabad. One day when we do get the chance, we'll discuss it. But it says if you are thinking of your wealth when you die, you'll come back as a snake. If you're thinking of your children when you die, and that's your last breath, you'll come back as a pig, because pigs have a lot of children. If you're thinking of all your spouses, your loved ones, your husband or wife, you will come back. Or if you're thinking of women in that Shabad, that's what it says, you'll come back as a prostitute. And the fourth one, if you're thinking of all your bungalows and your houses and all the whatever apartment buildings I have, then we will come back as a ghost if those are your last thoughts. But that same Shabad in the last line says the most important thing we should do, Ari Bai Gobind Naam Mat Bisare. That is the Rao Panti, that listen, don't forget the name of the Lord. Are you all enjoying this conversation while we wait for Rajveer and everyone else?
Yes.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Ji. Because if anyone is bored by it, please raise your hand and please share whatever other thoughts you want to. But Ari Bai Gobind Naam Mat Bisare says, listen, Ari Bai means, oh sisters of my, you can say, spiritual life. Because in the eyes of Gurbani, in Sikhism, there's only one male, that's Waheguru Ji. And we are all females who are supposed to become the good wives to marry Waheguru Ji, to find that oneness, to find nirvana, to find emancipation, to find liberation, to find self-actualization, like Maslow's hierarchy of need talks about it. And these are important topics, but maybe they are not being discussed in Gurdwara Sahib. So this online Zoom session, I'll tell you the good news. It goes back to where we started today's session, Sai Mere Changa Kita. When COVID-19 came, everybody was complaining. It was a difficult time. It was a painful time. Businesses were shut down. Schools were shut down. Workers lost their job. Lots of things happened. But Sai Mere Changa Kita, what is the good news that we got out of COVID is that today, sitting in the comfort of your home, you and I can find that oneness with God. We can find nirvana. We can find emancipation, because I'm very sure you have heard of the Shabad Bahut Janam Bichare The Madho. For many lifetimes I've been separated from you, O Lord God. A Janam Tumare Lekhe. I like to dedicate this life to you, O Lord God. Say wow. Waheguru, Waheguru, everybody. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. If you don't know the Shabads that I'm singing, please, when we do Simran, everybody unmute, because in the Sangat, it's not about, Lata Mangeshkar is going to come and sing for us, or Michael Jackson is going to sing for us, or one Kathakar is going to sit there. But when we come together, everybody sings together. Say Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. And I'll always go back to share that Nibani Shabad until it appears on screen. Ari Bai Gobind Naam Mat Bisare. Maybe for a few minutes, let's pretend it's those days when there were no screens on screen. The Gurdwara Sahib, there was no screens too. Let's just repeat these words. Ari Bai. Anybody? Everybody. Ari Bai.
Ari Bai.
Gobind Naam.
Gobind Naam.
Mat Bisare.
Mat Bisare.
In English, it simply means, oh, my sisters in the spiritual field, let us not forget the name of that Lord of the universe. Gobind is the Waheguru Ji, the Lord of the universe. And Naam, let's not Bisare. Bisare means to forget. to even for an instant, if we forget the name of the Lord, what happens? That's when that depressions, that anxieties, that difficulties that everyone talks about, what's her name? I forgot your name. Rajwinji was sharing with us, will come in our lives because we bisare. Everybody say Mata bisare now.
Mata bisare.
Mata bisare means don't forget. So the first person we need to educate is ourselves and say, I need to remember. Mata bisare. Mata bisare. Everybody say Mata bisare.
Mata bisare.
Which means I should remember that I don't want to forget the name of the Lord God Waheguru Ji. Say wow.
Wow.
Because Ari Bhai Gobind Naam Mat Bisare. Are you all? I mean, is it okay? Do you understand this even without the screen on our phones or our computers?
Yep.
Yep, because it's such an easy, important line. But that's the same Shabad which ends off with the last part, which says Antakal Narayana Simre. Because earlier I told you the story. If you think of your homes, you'll come back as a ghost. You think of wealth, you come back as a snake. If you think of all your wives and all the women in the life, you come back as a prostitute. If you think of the children, we come back as a pig. But the last lines of the Shabad says, then what should we do? And I'll just tell you the answer. When we do have the time, we will sing it together. And thank you, Gurdwara Sahib Online. I notice you're still trying to share. Thank you, Chief. Please keep trying, sir, until the Shabads appear on screen. But that last line talks about Antakal Narayana Simare Asi Chinta Me Mare. Is it okay if I do both the reading of the Gurbani Pankti and also the English?
Yes, please.
You can't see it, right? When you can see it, then you can all help me by reading the English. But in Punjabi, it says Antakal, which means at our last moment, at our last breath. Narayana Simare. Narayan is another word for that God, Waheguru Ji again. Just like in the Rahau Pankti, Guruji used the word Gobind Naam. Gobind is another name for Waheguru Ji. Narayan is another name for Waheguru Ji. You see, that is the power of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, that we have got all of names that are used in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, that you can be a person of any background, any religion, but the relevance of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Bani is for the entire world. Say wow. Wow. So these last two lines are important. They say Antakal, which means at our last moment. Since it's the last few days of 2024, I think this is a relevant Pankti. Antakal, that in the last few moments, because I don't know when my last moment, my life will end, but I know the year is ending. Maybe that's a good analogy for me to say, Palji, before life ends, let's learn a good new habit. That Antakal Narayana Simare. The good habit is that I need to learn. Everybody say we need to learn.
We need to learn.
Narayan Simare. Everyone say Narayan Simare.
Narayana Simre.
Narayan Simare means we need to learn to always at all times remember the Lord God Waheguru Ji. Say wow. Is that fair?
Anji.
And the reason is because Aisi Chinta Me Mare. So that Pankti goes on to say, if you and I pass away with such a thought, which thought? Narayan Simre. Everybody say Narayan Simre.
Narayan Simre.
Yes, Narayan means the name of the Lord God Waheguru Ji. Simre means to always remember Him. So Antakal, at our last moment, if we remember the name of the Lord God Waheguru Ji, Aisi Chinta Me Mare. Guruji says, if then I pass on at that last moment of my life, but I'm thinking of Narayan, God, Waheguru Ji, whichever the names you want to remember, because Gurbani has so many names, and Guruji says the benefits of doing that is in the last line of that Shabad. And the last line says so beautifully that what will happen is, thank you Gurdwara Sahib Ji, I notice you're still trying to share. It's not appearing, it's okay, because I think That Sai Mere Changa Kita, that's in the will of the Lord God. Actually, the Shabad was not supposed to come up on screen, but I'll end off with the last line because Rajveerji is also here. The last line of that Shabad says, Antakal Narayan Simre Aisi Chinta Meje Mare Badat Tarlochan Tenar Mukta Pitambar Vake Hriday Base. Let me translate for you. It says, as the year is ending, a day will come, our life will also come to an end. But Guruji here in his last line says, Badat Tarlochan Tenar Mukta. The key word is Mukta. Mukta means we will find liberation. All our pains, sorrows, suffering, distress, all kinds of anxieties will go. Pitambar Vake Hriday Base. Because when you chant the name of the Lord, when we chant the name of the Lord, slowly but surely, He will start to come to have a place within our hearts. And when God comes to be in our heart, that's when pain, sorrow, suffering, stress, anxieties, depression will not have a place anymore, because now Waheguru Ji is there. With that, I thank you. Rajveer Ji, please take over. Welcome back. You are muted, Rajveer Ji. And I'm so sorry जे विचार करदियां कोई भुलचुक गलती हो गई होवे, आप जिन्हें अनजान बच्चा समझ के माफ करना. Forgive me for my mistakes, but thank you for giving me this opportunity to share. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह जी.
Haminder Paul, thank you for covering and leading. I just came back on a flight from Singapore, so on a bus, it was delayed. I hope everyone is okay, and I will tune in and we will end off with just chanting long akals today. Teri meher